So it looks like this GameStop movie is done. It's like been filmed and edited and just fully done with production, and it's about to come out. Is that right, Easy?
It is. Yeah, they teased it last night. It looks good, dude. The movie looks good. I had thought it was by the same people who made The Big Short. I guess I'm terribly wrong about that. Shot in a similar style though. But dude, like every big name is in this movie. The way that they teased it is just so good. Like paints this whole narrative and story about like retail versus the hedge funds, and all of a sudden there's a Pete Davidson cameo. So I'm locked in. I'm excited about it. I'm excited.
You're close. It's made by the same guy who made Cruella.
Is that well? I thought it was by Ben Mesrick, who's the guy that wrote the book that became The Social Network, which is the Facebook movie, directed by.
I was talking about the director.
Okay, got it. Well, we interviewed Ben Mesrick on this YouTube channel probably a year ago, and he was talking about it. So it's crazy how fast this stuff gets made. He was talking about how when crypto has a big movie, right? That's when you're going to see crypto like really, really pop, right? Like a social network type crypto movie. And he was talking about the way he would approach like the crypto stuff is he would do the guy that was like in his basement, broke at his parents' house that changed his life through crypto. That's one character. Then the artist that totally changes their life because of like NFTs. That's another character. And then the scammer. Right. That's the third character. Right. And I was like, well, I think you're onto something. So I think we can expect that after this one. They cranked this one out. This guy, Roaring Kitty or whatever, he lives in Massachusetts where me and Easy used to live. So this is hilarious. What's that guy's name? Paul Dano? That actor, Paul Dano? Yeah, he's in There Will Be Blood.
Names. Yeah, I'm really bad with actor names. The thing too that I really enjoyed about it is there's this clip from the film and the teaser where the guy's Roaring Kitty's talking to his wife. And she's sitting on the couch watching TV and like not even looking at him. And she yells, "How much did we make today?" He goes, $4 million. And then one of the hedge fund guys goes, he's sitting at a table stressed. And his wife goes, "How much did we lose today?" He goes, $1 billion. And then like I pauses. And then the next day comes in and the wife goes, How much did we make today? And Roy and Kitty goes, $5 million. And they kick back to the hedge fund. And it's another day, different clothes. And the hedge fund guy goes, "We lost another $1 billion." And the wife's like, "What?" And then they come back to the other wife, and the other wife just goes, "Oh, so we're like fucking rich."
This story is.
Have you seen it yet, Nick? Have you seen it yet? Dude, it's so well told.
What should we make $1 million?
That's how I know Nick hasn't seen it yet. Because, dude, this preview is so good.
Like, Seth Rogen is in it?
Happy to take it.
Wall Street.
They got Seth Rogen, Pete Davidson. Oh shit! Sorry, didn't see the audio was on. Seth Rogen, Pete Davidson, and I think a couple other pretty big names.
Would you think it's accurate that you would compare this actor like he's half Jonah Hill, half Miles Teller?
Paul Dano, that guy right there. He's just really good. He was in the film that you definitely saw when you were a lad. Kicks, Girl Next Door. You and your friends probably were obsessed with that movie. If I know. We're in the same age group. So anyway, Paul Dano, he's also in There Will Be Blood. Obviously, everyone knows Seth Rogen. That's his name, Nick, whatever his name is. I forgot his last name.
Did any of you participate in this actual trade?
Like I made money on GameStop. Yeah.
I traded GameStop for like.
I had 0-day expiration options on GameStop and AMC. Like I was like all over it. I was in Wall Street bets, interacting with the posts. Like, dude, this was a phenomenon. Like, that Wall Street bets blew up from like 1 million current subs to like 15 during this, and the memes were incredible. Like, dude, this was a different time. It was like pre-NFT and crypto boom cycle, and it was just chaos. All the charts, everything people were posting, the wins, losses. Like, dudes would literally lose 200 grand and be like, I actually just remortgaged my house, and post the paperwork of them remortgaging their house to take 0-day expiration options.
This rolled
it. I'm a villain.
You shorted it, and did it work for you?
Actually, I think it did. I basically bought a ETF, not actual GameStop, because the premiums were so high on the options. So I found an ETF. Didn't I do that with you, Nick?
There were some trades that were going on. I don't know. There was a lot of trading action at that moment, but
so much trading. Dude, it was a good warm up for NFTs.
Most of my action was just buying low or shorting. I shorted the COVID drop, and that worked out. Like I almost perfectly timed it. Had I bought the day before the puts, which was the weekend before, so I was out with my friend and we were discussing it. Friday was the day to short. Monday.
I opened up double breaker day on Monday where the market closed twice. I was crazy net short, and I'm such an idiot because I round tripped the shit out of it because I just kept going short and refused to believe that we were ever going to escape COVID. I was like, we're going back to 1942 levels. The S&P is screwed. We're never coming back. And my buddy's texting me. He's like, we're actually preying on the downfall of America right now. I'm like, hell yeah, we are. Hell yeah, brother.
I was at that state. Well, I did $450 turned into $45,000. My other buddy put in 10 grand. It turned into $500,000 on that short. But then I did something similar to you where I started just consistently buying new puts, SPY puts. So I probably gave back a couple $1,000s, but I was still doing the same strategy. So I wasn't actually giving back like a ton of money into it. I was just hoping for that next leg down. But for that next leg down to happen, you needed like the banks to collapse, for example.
You needed the White House to catch on fire for that.
Yeah.
Like, we had a double breaker day where they shut the market down. And then, dude, the best part was everything following that was people speculating on like what the next big drop would be. I remember reading this guy's post. He's like, all right, COVID's happening. I actually just took out my entire 401k and I'm opening up Purple, like the mattress firm. He's like, I'm going to open up Purple puts because there's no way they can actually deliver the mattresses. And what happened was Purple then came out, and Purple, like at the time, either beat expectations. Dude, it was the wildest thing I ever heard. The story was absolutely hilarious. Purple ended up beating expectations. It went to zero fast and everything. He posted his loss. He's like, all right, yeah, so like I lost like $400,000. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I got my parents to take out their 401k, and we're now going to go long. And he went long on Purple, thinking that they'd be able to then deliver it. And immediately after that, Purple just collapsed. They were like, yeah, our sales numbers are in the gutter. So this guy had lost like 1.2 million on Purple puts. It was the #1 upvoted Wall Street bets post, like right after the AMC thing. It was watching this happen in real time. I was like, I thought I was a degenerate. This person just put me to shame. Like,
yeah, that's like the opposite of the beginning story you told. Like, that guy's making Wall Street rich, you know?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Versus taking from Wall Street. Nick, I gotta ask, this guy 10K to $500,000. How's he doing these days? Did he keep on?
He has a salary of a million plus a year, so he was never struggling.
So 10K was like, like betting $10 at the
he just got a car, was what he got out of it, and a real nice Airbnb outside the city. For like a little over, it was a month or two. He had timed the move to Airbnb. A lot of us at that moment in time, me and him, like we had speculated it would be at least a year on like New York, and we were right about that, but we didn't make any like I don't think either of us were like willing to like uproot ourselves in any significant way just to like make a trade. Like so like what the apartment I was in at the time, they just didn't raise the rent. And we were at a pretty reasonable price with it. So like my ex, who I think still lives in that place, may still be on that low rent cycle. And that was probably one of the more painful parts of our breakup was me getting my rent going up significantly and making an emotional decision to move into a 3-bedroom penthouse for a year. That was
it's okay. My mom still does that, and she's like 55. So
there you go. My apartment I was living in during COVID in Williamsburg. It was in the heart of North Williamsburg. It was in the heart of North Williamsburg. It had a deck that was bigger than most New York apartments. It was a 2-bedroom. I had a roommate. The total rent of that place was significantly less than the rent of my 1-bedroom now in not as good of a location. So that shows how much of a run, we've had on rent since COVID. It's kind of insane. Nick, how much did you make on the COVID trade that you were talking about that short?
It was 40,000. That was it. But then I got into NFTs right around that time. Actually, the GameStop trade basically timed up and rolled into Top Shot era, pretty much, right? Almost like perfectly,
almost to the week, like because I went exactly from GameStop, AMC, Wall Street bets, 0-day expiration options, immediately into buying packs of digital basketball players, right into the collapse of that and Nifty Gateway, and then basically wrote it all off. I was like, this is
seamless transition, dude. You're like peanut butter and jelly, just vibing through that sandwich.
When was Doge?
Doge. So check this out. So Doge, I was accumulating Doge throughout 2020. Just because it was like one of the cryptos that I had heard of. So I was buying Bitcoin, ETH, and Doge. And then at the end of 2020, I just went full on Bitcoin maxi, as I'm sure people that listen to this show know. And I sold all the Doge that I had bought. I think I had $2,000 worth of Doge accumulated throughout 2020. And then I probably sold it in November or December. I can even look it up when it was. And then in January 2021, it did like its 1000x or whatever it was. I think the $2,000 that I had would have been worth like $250,000 or something like that. So I think that was my first major, like, pain, ridiculous, sold too early moment in crypto. It had to have been. I mean, it was just ridiculous.
That chart it looks like a happy chart. That's a sad chart. There's a lot of people up and down.
Did anyone else do the whole like Peloton thing and start buying Peloton shares? I bought Peloton. Oh, you did that? Yeah, I did Zoom. So I bought. I remember when they said they were going to turn off the the stock market. I was like, right, this is it. This is too much panic. So I bought Zoom and I bought all the tech stocks this was in March.
Amazon,
and then it went Amazon, and then the Peloton. I don't know. Did anyone else get the whole like, well, we can't go to the gym, so we're going to have to be exercising at home?
Literally the top. And my ex, she was like, nah, they're a great business. And I'm like, you got to look at the fundamentals of this thing. Like, this is a ridiculous price that we're at right now.
160 and now it's at $7.
I literally sold there. Like that.
There's NFTs that have outperformed this that are run by like two potheads that like live in their grandparents' basement.
This is an NFT chart.
Literally, dude, that you had Shopify go absolutely crazy. And then Wayfair was another one because everyone was ordering like furniture delivered.
Wayfair was tough for me because I put 2K in on call options in like April and I sold them for like a 3x and they ended up doing like a 50 or 100.
Dude, the Wayfair thing was crazy to me because right before the Wayfair spike of COVID, well, the child trafficking was crazy. But so the child trafficking was crazy. Yeah, could not imagine mailing children in boxes. Absolutely wild phenomenon. But before that, the CEO sold the Pico bottom of Wayfair before it ran, like 98% of his shares. Like almost everything he held at the time.
What an idiot.
Sold literally the Pico bottom. And he had like, there was a bunch of people posting the sale. And I remember him making a comment about it, and he was like, I genuinely don't know what I was thinking. Like, his comment was absolutely, he was just like, I don't know why I sold. He left like hundreds of millions on the table.
Imagine just having such little faith in the thing
in your own company,
your entire life in, that you just dump it all at the bottom, but like you're still working there. You don't like quit. Like, how do you go into the office the next day? Like, how do you show up to the office like, guys, I'm the CEO. We need a big day. Let's get those revenue numbers up. I'm feeling good over here. You feeling good, Tom? I'm feeling good, man.
That's like if the head coach of an NBA team, it's just known that he was betting against his own team throughout the whole playoffs. I also
locker room talks, Pio. Imagine this locker room talk at halftime.
Guys, I want us to win, kind of. It's going to affect my bottom line if we win, so I don't know. I also love to think about, though, like you just talked about the controversy with shipping kids. Who the hell worked at Wayfair on like the loading docks or whatever and was like, we could probably stick kids in these containers. Like, I don't know about that, man.
That entire rumor started on Wall Street Bets. Somebody posted a 60-part thread outline because you can like go on Wayfair. It's much like a Amazon and IKEA hybrid where you can just post your own listings. And it found out a bot was just posting listings with the most common children names from 2002. Like that was the list that they chose. And they were just, every listing was made in like the same minute. And they're like, there's a reason these boxes are 10 grand because you're going to get Jack mailed to your house.
Good God.
I will say, like, it's probably whoever like posted that rumor was probably inspired by like another resource that they had gone to where that's the format that is utilized in order to traffic children or something like that. Like, there's someone on Reddit who's sitting there that's just like, oh, this is very familiar to me because when I acquired Jenny back in 1997, this was the listing format that was utilized. In all seriousness, though, go look up. I saw some YouTube thing popped up about, this is quite a tangent, but yacht girls. Have you seen this thing separately? Really? So
you're the only one that's seen yacht girls, Nick. Let's hear it.
There's literally millions of people that have seen the yacht girls thing. So apparently they're saying that Kim Kardashian, like Paris Hilton, all these like celebrities and artists and other people basically were getting somehow like would get paid to go hang out on expensive yachts, essentially, was the beginning of it. So that makes sense, right? Like that's
not that crazy of an idea, you know?
Okay, so we start there. That's the beginning.
I would do that.
Okay, same here, you know? Look at me.
Wait, Nick, you mean you don't get paid to show up and hang out in a bathing suit on a yacht?
I don't, and I'm surprised that I'm not a yacht girl. Okay, so basically there's this whole thing, but apparently it's a dangerous underworld, essentially, where, get this, some of the women sleep with the men that are paying for them to come hang out on the yacht. So this is the first, this was shocking to me to actually hear this first beginning of it. So yeah, some of them actually sleep with people. But where the next level of this is essentially there's this ongoing funnel, which is systematized in a way to when you had read about, who's the guy that went to jail for Jeffrey Epstein?
Jared from Subway?
No, Jeffrey Epstein. How they have like a funnel set up for like churning, you know, pulling girls in, essentially.
Human trafficking.
Yeah.
Kidnapping.
Okay. And it's very similar to how this yacht girls situation is, where essentially there's full-time people who are recruiting women, essentially, on like Instagram, on other places, to then come and fly out, essentially. So what also was happening as part of this is there's a brand called Luxury Water. So Luxury Water is this supposed like made up company which sells bottled water, where every image on the Instagram is literally just another like hot chick in bikinis, basically.
You know a lot about this, Nick.
I watched the YouTube video. What can I say?
Talking about.
So my wife loves boys.
Let him finish the story.
So anyways, so this luxury water brand, if you read the description, which brings me full circle on this story, thank you, is that the luxury water, the image descriptions are essentially like very detailed about the women and nothing about water. Like it's literally like, she's sure to give you a good time. Like it's like these like weird, I would call them encoded messages, but they're not really encoded. Like it's
more of an advertisement for a woman.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, that it feels similar to the situation with Wayfair. So,
yeah,
and that's
I like that.
There you go.
That. Yeah,
my
Luxury
wife's
water. A big fan of below deck yacht season, so maybe I can get her into this YouTube show. It's a little bit more serious than below deck, but
you know, sorry, Nick, your story reminds me of like 2 years ago, I was in the south of France, and there was this like day club happening. So it was actually during COVID. There was a day club happening, so there weren't that many people there, but then you still had like like the rich millionaire kind of things. And there was this guy, this group of guys who definitely looked sus. Like they were so sus, and like the guy was partying, and you could basically see his gun. He had a gun, and you could see it when he was doing it like this. And
that's uncommon in the South.
Oh
France.
no, you totally, you would never see that, right? So the guy is like,
yeah, where is the common?
Red America, yeah, Texas,
Alabama,
Kentucky.
Those motherfuckers bring the gun to church.
Partying, bottles of champagne with the sparklers just keep coming. You're just like, dude, like this guy's anyway surrounded by gorgeous women, like women who are just too gorgeous. You don't never get that many gorgeous women in a cluster. You know, they have to be brought together financially. Anyway, so like the boat comes to go pick them up. And I remember just sitting there watching this gang of women and the guys get on the small boat so they could go to the yacht. And I remember just sitting there with my friend just thinking, dude, man, once you're on that yacht, you are not getting off. There is nowhere to go. And it was just like, this is the story of this luxury water. Like it sounds glam, but when you're actually watching it and you're seeing these girls just go off onto a boat and then onto a yacht, and then you can't get off the yacht, you're out there at sea. It's like, oh, it's not.
And it's not like you have cell reception, right? Signal. It's not like, hey, I'm gonna like call someone to come pick me up.
You can't even see land. You can't even see land and like jump off the boat and swim. You're on there.
Set, dude. I'm all set.
they tell every girl to bring a CB radio in their pocket in their bikini. Actually, is what they say. So that's what you're supposed to do as a defensive mechanism. A lot of the guys don't like picking up the women with the CB radio popping out of their bikini top, but like some of those women are really attractive. So they
Who's on the receiving end of these CB radios? Just these guys in their basement on the frequencies. Oh, we got another girl out of a yacht. She needs to get picked up. Bill, you hear this? Oh, yeah, it's 67.8. Yeah.
I don't know. Thank you so much, Nick, for talking about yacht girls. That was really educational for us.
I tried looking it up on YouTube, and the search results are absurd. There's nothing.
Dark side of yacht girls.
Clemente, there's a 0% chance he just found this dude was on like suggested video, like hole 400. He was deep in the portal, when he got to this.
It literally just showed up on the top of my YouTube. You can see the top of the YouTube. It's not that ridiculous, but out of nowhere comes, where it's probably related to is those. Have you watched those like criminal, like inside the minds of criminals, like on YouTube, where they like have a whole series where they're sitting there and it's like,
I haven't watched them, but I'm sure that you have, buddy.
Where it's like where they're doing the detective is basically like inquiring with the person. Like there's like a bunch of kids that murdered their friend. Like,
that's wow.
So like
they're sending a signal to Pia right now.
Well, that's what our whole channel is about.
We're
a murder mystery channel.
I'm all collapse on me.
I'm all in. Dude,
true crime. That's what that genre is called. True crime. I used to make fun. My grandma would watch these things, and I'm like, who watches that shit?
Dude, I love that shit.
I'm the one watching that shit. I'm like, fascinating. So tell me more about what's going on.
He buried 7 people in his backyard? I'm locked in.
There you go. Here's the video.
Oh my
God. Ladies and gentlemen, Clemente has the dark world of celebrity yachting explained. I mean, look, this is the least surprising thing that I think I've seen is that creepy Romanian guys that have big yachts are taking a bunch of, 20-something-year-old girls in bathing suits out and doing sketchy stuff.
Kim Kardashian is like shot by the paparazzi coming back from the yacht with a brand new Lamborghini and $250,000 in cash in a trash bag.
Like, in a trash bag.
Yes, literally. That's what happened. And the mom, like, there's Kendall Jenner. So doing the same thing. Kix's freeze frame is like literally
his face is stuck.
Can we pull that up right now?
Dude, I got to comment on this too. Shout out Blake. Blake had the best comment. He goes, my wife's yacht girl weekends are way more tame from how she describes it.
Sure they are, buddy. No, I mean, look, Nick, I think you're about to crack the code. Like when mass audiences see you talking about this, I think we're going to have a breakthrough where mainstream media is going to start discussing, yacht girls and the trash bags filled with money that their mothers are orchestrating. There's a lot going on here, man.
Let me preempt the comments. It's going to be like, yeah, that guy looks like he's like paying women.
Yes, so this firsthand, Nick. Let's just call a spade a spade. That's from the dictator, Sacha Baron Cohen. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Have you ever been on a yacht, Nick?
On a yacht?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Nick, you should have True Crime Fan on your.
You were on a yacht with the Bored Ape Yacht Club.
No comment.
Not with that floor price.
No, I'm not affording a yacht anymore. That's some like used car situation that we got right now.
The 2007 Toyota Prius.
I just lost 10K on that thing. Am I gonna paper hand this thing, or am I gonna hold this down? Am I gonna V-friend it? Is that what I'm gonna do?
You got a Craigslist boat right now, dude.
Think like my seahorse.
You got a raft.
No, the mutants will find the bottom here soon. But Nick, I just gotta say, you've still yet to text me and say thanks from when I peer pressured you into selling your ape at 90.
Did you peer pressure me?
Yeah, we had a very strong debate, you, me, Pio, in which you said, dude, what if it goes up? And then it went up. And then you actually belittled me for like 2 days about how you left 10 grand on the table.
I regretted it for 2 days. And that was also so I could act emotional on this show. But it was also what we were anticipating was the floor price to head down.
Apes are going to 30.
I was saying at least 50, possibly 30 as well. But look, when it comes to prices with apes, easy. I'm undefeated. So okay,
you don't miss.
And I just want to be clear about that. Like, stick to your lane, which is meme land, which you still haven't sold. like a dummy, dude. Like
no,
Yeah,
that's going up, baby.
Go
here's
up.
the thing. I think the game's been overplayed. The hand was overplayed here is actually how I'm going to call the meme land situation. I think it was overplayed. And now there's diminishing returns at a certain point. Like, it's one thing to be unique with the play. It's another thing to to just continue to milk it. And you're milking that thing. You're sitting there, you're just milking it. You're trying to get the milk out. And suddenly,
are you calling me Amish?
There's no milk coming. And you're just like, what's going on?
Don't do that. 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 Don't do that.
That wasn't. He didn't just come up with
that.
that.
Don't do that again. Don't do that again.
He loves that.
That was gross. That's
No, stop it.
Stop.
Into your mouth.
No.
No, guys. He could.
Have you ever milked a cow, Nick? Have you ever milked a cow? Dude, if you've ever tried to milk a cow, first of all, it is extremely hard to get the milk out. And secondly, no, I'm not going to do this on camera.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We're not going to do this.
I'm not doing it. But that whole thing that you're doing, Nick, it just wouldn't happen. Cows are really hard to milk. No.
Nick, stop. Nick, can we see churning butter? Can we see what churning butter looks like? Nick's an Amish girl right now.
Look at the shoulder structure too. He's right. He got the shoulders in it.
You gotta bring it in.
Nick, do 2 udders at once.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting a demonstration on the YouTube channel from Nick on how to do various farm tasks. And he's really showing us a thing or two from his early days in Washington, D.C., where everybody knows there's many farms. Well, look, that was a fun discussion. Real quick, I do want to touch on this.
We went 30 minutes into this show.
We're not done yet either, because now at this point, it's feeling pretty real that Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, it's getting realer and realer. Dana White has weighed in. Dana White, the CEO, the president of the UFC, the biggest promotion for mixed martial arts in the world, is already selling this fight. He's in sell mode. He literally was interviewed and he was just like, Zuckerberg called me and he said, is this guy serious? And I said, I don't know. Let me call him. And I called Elon Musk and he said he's dead serious. Go ahead, play it.
Let me ask him. I asked him and Mark last night. Both guys are absolutely dead serious about this. They both want to do it. Mark Zuckerberg hit me up first and said, is he serious? And I said, I don't know. Let me ask him. I asked him and he said, yeah, I'm dead serious. This would be the biggest fight ever.
The biggest fight ever, for sure, in the world.
Saying it. Why do you just...
in the history of the world.
So Nick, I'm literally texting you about this. It's better for us to do it. Otherwise, people will just watch the actual video. You just barbecued 80,000 views. You just took 80,000 views and lit it on fire with gasoline. It's okay, though. How are you going to make up for it, Nick? Talk about yacht girls.
You talk about being a professional. How about you step up and be a fucking man, not a little bitch, and I'll take you on. Acting like a little punk ass.
Hey, calm down. Hey.
Oh, I think we need to have some fight.
It's because Nick knows he just barbecued 80,000 views, and now he's having an internal. He's just struggling internally with it.
Editors are struggling now because you're acting like a punk ass. How about you just continue with the story? How about you act like a professional?
Clemente, the title of this is Podcast Host Has a Midlife Crisis on the screen right here. We're throwing age into it.
You want it to midlife because you're going to die from an early age acting like a little bitch.
Well, we're going to be on the undercard. We'll have to see how that's going to be. Me versus Nick's going to be the bigger fight. Oh, Farouk! We got Farouk in the comments honestly, here.
So I'm looking at this card right now. So we got Elon versus Zuckerberg is the main event. We got Paulie versus Ben on the undercard.
That's not on the undercard. Nobody wants to see that fight.
And then we got Nick and Pio in the co-main event. So I know where my money is. I'm gonna bet on Pio here. Sorry, Nick. That's just where the cash is going.
Nick, I'm gonna bet on Nick because I want to take the underdog. You got to bet the dog. You got to hammer the dog. No one wants the minus 1,500 favorite, Nick. Nick, I can't wait I want to see videos of Nick like jump roping in preparation for the fight. Just doing a little bit of skipping a little bit. Come on now, I can't wait to see it. How are you gonna train for this, Nick?
Oh, he's already in the zone. He's training.
You know what?
Frozen. That's what you thought. That's how in the zone I am.
I'm shook now.
I mean, how about we talk about the real subject matter? You grow up, put on some big boy pants, and we start talking about the real subject matter, okay? How about we do that?
What exactly is the real subject matter today, Nick?
Elon versus fucking Zuckerberg.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant
did
like
I completely butcher it? Did I say one sentence and that threw everything off? We can't even finish the show now. God, Lordy, just like let's bring it back. Hey, how about we do this? Just reset, play the fucking clip.
Do you want to lead us through a meditation, Nick?
Put the just bring it back.
Do you want to lead us through a meditation? Hefner said, end the show now. I love it. Oh, someone said when Nick's voice sounds like that, it's on. Ladies and gentlemen, the intensity that's radiating off of Nick, he's also wearing a fly pink shirt. Pink is an intimidating color because if a man is comfortable enough to wear a bright pink shirt, he's a badass. Honestly, I feel like the odds makers right now, they're starting
to dress.
Say it again.
And I'll beat you up in a dress.
I like the idea of that. I mean, I think that would sell tickets. If you're wearing a dress, what am I wearing? Speedo? Yes.
Doesn't matter what you wear, you're still gonna look like a punk bitch.
Kicks, why were you so excited about that? I said, hell yeah, let's go.
Visual in my head. This is a good fight, dude.
People are calling
for. I think everyone's like, oh, PO is Zucks and Nick is Elon. But the thing is, last time
6'3", like Elon or however tall he is, and like
no, just that like Pio has the martial arts experience. But the last time, do you remember when we said Pio was a better DJ, and then Nick all of a sudden got like really competitive about it and started ordering DJ gear and then started playing good music? I feel like, guys, we shouldn't underestimate him here. He's Elon. He might have the Tom Cruise strategy. So Pio, I'm just saying, don't get comfortable.
That's
the
deal?
I'm gonna say.
We're returning back to Roman Empire situation here. We're literally like,
I'm gonna kick Bunny's ass. Like that's it. I'm gonna beat the shit out of Bunny.
Like that. Immediately. That's where we're headed. Literally, everyone's just boxing now. That's the entire thing. We got the two biggest losers on crypto Twitter saying that they're going to box.
You and me?
No, I'm talking about Ben.ETH and Polly. Just absolute trolls talking about how they're going to beat the shit out of each other. Then we got two of the biggest tech CEOs saying they're going to beat the shit out of each other. And now we have the two biggest podcasters in the game just sitting here saying that they're going to beat the shit out of each other. There's no one that comes close to us. Okay. There's no one that comes close to us. The two biggest podcasters potentially in the world. I'm just saying straight up, come test me at that. I'm going to box your ass.
I actually think you two guys boxing in a Speedo and a dress would go fucking do some numbers, dude. And I don't think it'd be that expensive to produce. There's probably a lot of.
Remember when the show was about NFTs? What happened here?
Well, now it's about you being in the dress. That's the comedy angle. That's going to get all the laughs. Me in the Speedo, that's going to bring the ladies in. That's the eye candy.
We went so far off the bit, we can't even go back to it. We're trying, guys. So for context of what's going on here.
No, stop. No. We're not doing that, Nick.
Context isn't important.
Talk about Yacht
Club
Girls.
is going to 5 ETH.
Yeah, talk about human trafficking. That's better. Anyway, I guess we can get to the weather report. People are telling us to just end the show. It would be easier for us from a work perspective to just end the show right now.
Just like hang up and we're like, all right, let me go do these tasks.
Yeah, I'd rather.
I gotta take care of some work. I'll catch you guys later.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. It's easier to just end the show now, for sure. If we just end the show now, that's easy, but we're not going to do that. But anyway, Clemente, what's going on? Producer?
Very big. It's the biggest free NFT giveaway we have ever done, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out. We're giving away 100 free VIP tickets to 100 people today during the show.
Complaining about that. People are just complaining. They're like, when am I ever going to get the allow list? And I'm like, you know what? Why isn't Clemente just giving 100 away and just like take care of all those problems? We can give you 100. Okay. Problem solved. If you don't make it today, well, you still are going to have another chance because we're going to do it one more time. And then there's another 100. There is an issue with the system right now where there are people that are going to win double on the allow list. And so that's how that math may get a little messed up here. But I'm going to push a fix for Monday where if you won an allow list, you have no chance of winning for the Monday one.
Damn. You know what they say, more tickets, more problems, ladies and gentlemen. So you're going to mint if you mint the free NFT later today with the password that we're going to give out at the end of the show, you basically have a 1 in 15 chance of winning a VIP ticket. So stay tuned. We're going to give that away. And as long as you have, if you've never claimed a free NFT ever in your life, you have a chance to win today. 1 in 15. We're giving it away like it's hotcakes right now. So stay tuned for the password at the end of the show.
Thank you, Clemente. Giving a little bit of structure. Nick, it looked like you wanted to say something.
Yo, I don't care what you say at this point, dude. I don't care what comes out of your mouth. Just do the next step. Do the next bit because we're past the last one.
I can tell that you've upset yourself a little bit there, buddy, but it's okay. We'll get you in the dress. I'll be in the Speedo, and we'll get it settled. I think Signal has
in a dress. I'll be happy once you're in the dress.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show is brought to you by BoDoggo's, the Solana collection by Easy Eats Bodega that is dropping on Tuesday. Here's what you need to know for today. Clemente already touched on a lot about this, but check it out. The pre-sale for eligible snapshotted portal holders ends Monday, June 26th at 10 a.m. Eastern. You can pay in Ethereum or in Solana, and the BoDoggos are going to be airdropped after the mint is complete on June 27th to your Solana wallet. We recommend our partner Phantom as the wallet you use. Beyond that, if you participated in the pre-sale and you connected your wallet to our website by 10 p.m. Eastern last night, we got an exclusive free NFT for you. So stay tuned for that. That's not happening right this second. It'll be later today, but stay tuned for that. This is a new mechanic we rolled out to reward the pre-sale participants. And look, this is not the last one we're going to do. So don't think you missed it completely. Go buy it in the pre-sale right now. We got you with another free NFT in the future. Today, we're giving out 100 VIP tickets. Clemente already covered that. So, yeah, I mean, that's the long and short of it. Pre-sale goes until Monday. Public sale on Tuesday for BoDoggo. Stay tuned for all the stuff we're dropping. Signal, if you're up for it, the weather report hasn't happened yet. It's 9:44. This is a record.
Totally normal day. Nick in a dress, Pio in Speedos. GM, everyone. It's Friday the 23rd. It's Friday. Getting to the weekend. Total volume is at 37.5. Blur coming in at 20 million versus OpenSea at 5.4. Onto leaders. They're not looking like leaders. They're looking like followers of numbers going down. Apes at 36. Mutants at 6.9. Oh, Punk's at 47.6, Azuki at 16.7, Vegas clearly just partying, keeping those numbers up. Degods holding 9.3, Captain sliding bit down to 8.1, while Pudgies are just like a stable coin. They're just like solid at 4.3. Over the past 24 hours, well, obviously it's the Yuga assets that have the attention of the space. They have continued to bleed as apes are now in the mid 30s, mutants sub 7. It's really that lack of demand and that increase in supply from liquidation causing this downward pressures. Let's see where we go from here, but I'm sure we're going to be touching on this more later. On to gaming and Grapes, the game that is backed by Animoca Brands. They've announced that they're going to Roblox. The adventure Grape Islands, the Bad Bunch, is going to be launching soon, and the token Grape is expected to come out very soon, and the Grape boxes were up yesterday. On to Azuki. Azuki is doing some hiring. If you need a job in Web3, they have multiple roles at the moment. They're big ones. They've got engineers, EAs, art directors, and their salaries are sweet. Anything from 75K up to 250K. So you don't need to be a thread, or you can actually get a job with Cheery Labs. Lots of roles happening there with the equity benefits. And then lastly, over to Ordinals. Ordinal Maxi Biz announced it has its mint next week. There's the allow list for the green eyes is 0.09 Bitcoin. Sounds cheap, but it's actually $2,700. And the public for the blue is 0.29 Bitcoin, and that is $8,750. Nullish holders are excited, as some of them will be getting allow list, and so will some of those punk burners. On to crypto, BTC are looking nice at 30K. ETH was touching 1.9. Solana at 16.5, and Ape back up to 2.2. Crypto holding nicely. It is back to you, folks. Let's continue on the NFT subject.
There we go. One update from the Nifty Daily Digest daily newsletter. You need to have an account at at the nifty.com. That's also how you claim the free NFT. So what are you waiting for? Azuki currently has the highest number of outstanding loans by collection on Blur with over 700 Azukis. Beans are second with over 500, but it's outstanding, those numbers have slightly decreased since a local high over the weekend. Obviously, we have the Azuki event this weekend, so we'll see how that plays into everything. To me, I think, Clemente, we should dive right into the prediction breakdown that you had. It's been, go ahead, Nick.
Well,
different idea.
Are we going to discuss this mutant situation? Or I guess we kind of just did. So that
well, it's going to be part of what we're talking about because
let's do it. Maybe
Clemente,
like a professional.
Oh, first of all, man, you're putting fuel on the fire. I'm getting hot. Man's is hot right now. I am hot.
Not me, man. Throw me in a winter coat. I'm still cold.
Yo, man, my man's cold as ice. So Clemente, we have our what is it? A 60-day follow-up from the last time that we had predictions,
60,
right?
60 days ago, we did a little segment called Over or Under, and basically we went through two collections, Degods and Mutants. Back when Degods were at 7.8 ETH, roughly $15,000, and Mutants were at 10.7 ETH, $21,000. This was 60 days ago. We did a segment. Everyone shared their predictions of 60 days from now. Is the floor going to be over or under that USD amount? Some highlights. So back 60 days ago, some mutant predictions. Nick, Easy, and Pio all gave the under. And Pio was quoted saying the bottom is $10,000 for mutants. They're going way lower than the $21,000 floor price, while Kicks and Signal gave the over on mutants. The floor price for mutants is now $13,000. And other highlights include Bunny notably said, I will put any amount of money that I own that Degods will not flip mutants in the next 60 days.
Why are we discussing three collections at the same time?
Mutants and Degods.
Let's start
Mutants
with each collection. Mutants. So what happened with mutants?
That was all about mutants.
I was right. No, he quoted the Bunny Degods thing.
Well, it has to do with mutants.
I see. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm glad we cleared it up for you, Nick.
That's fair. Hey, I apologize.
I'm glad he did it. And we even got an apology. Look at that. Clemente, please continue.
No, I love it. I've never got an apology from Nick before.
No one has. Go ahead, Clemente.
First for everything.
So anyways, mutants are down 40% from the 60 days that we first did this segment. We can either go over and share predictions of where they're going to be 60 days from now, or we can cover the Degods predictions that we made back in April.
So you're giving us options. Okay.
Giving you options.
Nick, do you have a preference in the options?
I don't know what the two are, just because pick number one.
All right. Degods. Down 40% from 60 days ago. Current floor price of $13,000. Do they go over or under in the next 60 days? Nick, we'll start with you.
Wait, are we going to say what the outcome was first?
We did the outcome already, dude.
I don't know. The way this, I'm just saying straight up, it's impossible for me to digest this information.
Mutants are at $13,000. 60 days from now, where do you think
he said Degods? Okay, so we're both not listening apparently. So
I heard him say Degods, but I knew what he was talking about.
So he's saying Degods. Is it over or under?
He's saying mutants over under 7 ETH. It's $13,000 USD 60 days from now.
60 days from now.
60.
I'm going. I'm going over.
There you have it. We got an over from Nick.
I was right. Last time I said over, Nick gets one check in the win column for Nick, and now he's about to get another check in the win column.
Okay, well, there we go. This one has been very fun. This has been very interesting. I can tell that Nick designed this segment by how fluidly he's moving within it.
So confusing. I don't like. We're jumping back and forth between areas. He's first talking mutants. He's then talking Degods. He's then asking Degods, but really he was talking about mutants. How am I supposed to understand this? Goddamn, we're about to go in the damn octagon.
Oh, now it's Clemente versus Nick in the octagon. Similar height.
Employee.
Clemente, though, Division I tennis
Bunny, am I allowed
background.
to say that?
Say it again.
I said, Bunny, am I allowed to say that? He's head of HR.
Bunny's in HR. Bunny, what do you think of that?
They all allow it.
All right, there we go.
I mean, Nick, how much do you weigh?
Well, too much right now.
Last night at dinner, ladies and gentlemen, Nick FOMO'd into a
157 or something like that.
Nick was like, I already ate tonight. I'm not going to have food. I was like, all right, but do you still want to like go get dinner? So we went to this Chinese place that has really good scallops. So I got the dry pepper scallops and we split an appetizer. And then Nick saw how good. Oh, by the way, the dry pepper scallops.
Scallops that you get.
The what?
I saw the quantity of scallops that you get. So the quantity was the main draw to that dish.
Right, but they also look pretty good, right? I mean, it prompted you to FOMO in.
Pio, I have a quick question.
Sure.
Why is it dry pepper? Isn't all pepper dry? Or
maybe because it's not in chili oil or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, wet pepper.
That would be like the chili oil.
After you cook a pepper, it becomes a little bit more moist. Okay, have you guys never cooked a pepper? Like, come on,
talking about peppercorn.
Well, there you go. And so anyway, then Nick gets the scallops. He eats like 2 or 3 of them. He's starting to show that he already ate, right? You can tell the appetite isn't exactly roaring. So I point to his scallops and I'm just like, you're not going to like continue to eat those scallops? You're going to just like leave them there? Like, what's going on? And then I see him kind of change. He's like, yeah, I just ordered these. I should eat these scallops. And he goes to eat it. And I go, there you go, big boy. So literally just like, egging him on and then pointing out that he's got a big old belly, right, Nick?
Let's move on to the next. Hey, Kicks, what do you have to say about mutants?
So the 60 days is an interesting time period because I think within 30 days we could be lower, but within 60 days we could be higher. Meaning that I still see some more bleeding and there's some liquidations. But if you think about it, every single time that people start talking about all the liquidation risk, at least the last 2 times, that's been pretty close to the bottom. I feel like maybe there's a little bit of like a flushing out effect, but yeah, man, I don't know. I think these things keep bleeding, but eventually we're going to get a nice run, at least in ETH prices, and maybe it's correlated with like a pullback in crypto potentially, and people start and gas comes down, people start shifting over to the NFT game again. So yeah, I'd say lower 30 days, higher 60 days, maybe.
Appreciate that, Kicks. People in the Discord are like, Signal deserves better than this show right now, which is pretty funny.
I got Nick milking a cow. Come on, guys. My standards are really not that high.
Regal was talking about like how his technique was off. She's just like,
I've actually milked a cow before, and like Nick's technique would never work. Like that's not gonna give you any
The
milk.
cow's kicking him in the teeth. Like immediately, he's catching a hoof to the mouth.
You know what Nick more looks like at an EDM festival, like the weird stage where they play like psytrance, and there's the guy
like going like this.
One of those headphone concerts.
Back and forth.
He's literally inside the speaker. He can't even hear music. It's just sound hitting him in the face. And he's like 55 years old. He's just doing this for like 8 hours at the psytrance stage.
Sweating profusely.
I love it. Yeah, we got a few more minutes before we premiere the animation. So I guess what we can cover is look at this gif. I mean, well, the memes are already coming out. Wow, so easy. We got a meme of easy leg dropping Bunny in professional wrestling style. I want to say that's like a Hulk Hogan doing that, but the thing is Bunny has an actual high school wrestling background. Fun fact:
Bunny's gonna kick my ass. Dude has dad strength. Like I am smoked. Like
yeah. Bunny's
off the shit.
Hey,
Bunny's qualified. When I met Bunny, he said, I didn't know you were this tall. I'm not that tall, ladies and gentlemen. He was like, what are you, 6 feet? I was like, yeah. And Bunny was like, I'm 5'10". I'm only 5'10". And in my head, I was like, you're 5'9", amigo. Just saying.
He's definitely 5'9" because we're like the same height. Like I'm sitting there.
Dude, you're short as shit, dude. I'm definitely taller than you.
Oh, now we going in the octagon?
Oh, I like that one.
I'm about to tag team it. Tag me in, easy. Because I'm about to boom, destroy you. Sit on your face. Right off the side.
Jesus Christ.
Excuse me.
That's how you jump off. I jump off the side. Did you see that picture?
What'd you just
Jump
say?
on the face. Sit on it. That's the sit on the face move.
Bunny, do you have any comment?
Yeah, now I don't want to fight Nick.
I love the New Jersey accent there. He just comes in. He's like, kick your ass. Just lighting up a cigarette. Bunny, would you be smoking cigarettes during training camp for your fight with Nick?
Probably like after the session. Yeah.
Well,
Dude,
Peter,
I was
did you
just
see
saying
the
this
video?
on Easy. I was saying this on the morning show, right? Bart in like the first Super Bowl, Bart Starr ripped the heater right on the bench at halftime. Right? So like, it was more socially acceptable then, you know.
Well, there was this video that went viral yesterday of the Southwest Airlines guy. And I was telling this on the morning show. The Southwest Airlines guy back in like forever ago, they had the same phrase as this other airline, like Rick Airlines or some like jabroni thing. And they arm wrestled in a ring for who got the catchphrase. It was like, keep it plain simple.
I saw
It's Plain
that.
Simple. And the guy from Southwest mid arm wrestle lights up a cigarette.
Yeah,
And starts arm wrestling him, cigarette in his mouth, and then loses. And like all the promo videos are him instead of like lifting weights, he's
Wild
lifting
turkeys.
gallon jugs of wild turkey bourbon. It's so good.
He was resolving a trademark dispute, and ultimately he lost. Herb Kelleher is the guy's name. He's an Epic CEO, and he also then just donated money. So it seemed like Southwest still got the trademark.
Donated
Lost.
$500,000, lost, and kept the trademark.
No, I don't think it was $500,000. He donated like 10 grand. Like it was like
10 grand back in the day is about $500,000 now. And for and also I think more trademark disputes should be settled like that.
Okay.
That was a shit joke.
It seemed like Nick really appreciated that face off between the CEOs. It's almost like you want to do that these days to kind of demonstrate your CEO dominance.
Well, apparently that's what it means to be CEO. Now, when they teach you at a Harvard Business School, they say there's three jobs of a CEO. One, keeping the funding available in the company. Two, setting the vision. Three, beating the shit out of other CEOs. That's the third requirement. So now when you're getting in there, this is not gender specific. I want to be clear as well. Anybody can beat the shit out of somebody else. And technique is wildly varied among CEOs nowadays. But those are the three requirements of successful CEOs.
I heard the lady from Theranos had crazy technique, and she'll just come through with that voice adjustment and take people down.
People are just shocked. They're like sitting there frozen in action when they're like, wow, that's a really deep voice that you have in your email. They're just like, wow, is she really a woman?
Oh my God.
Beautiful,
Wow.
in my
Is
opinion.
gender even a real thing, Pio?
Okay. All right, Nick.
Okay, cool.
Hey Nick, what is a woman?
We're not going to answer that question right now. Guys, we like destroyed the show, by the way. First, Pio comes in distraught by my question about the video. That was where this show just took a hard.
I wasn't distraught. I was just pointing out that was wrong. And then you realized it was wrong and got infuriated.
No, I don't even think it was just like it was a little interjection. We got to roll with those. We can't be thrown off by like a mistake, an error. There's unforced errors that are going to happen. I'm going to make it, dude. When I'm playing tennis, your boy's making a couple unforced errors, you know?
I agree. And if I was on the tennis court with you, I would have absolutely smacked the ball back. But what you did is you took your racket and you shoved it into the net and you were like destroying the net. And I was like, well, we can't really play like this.
Shove it in your, you know what? You know,
Okay. I'll tell you what, at 9:20, I didn't think the most normal part of the show was going to be the Super Yacht Girl segment that we were talking about. But that's now like officially the most normal part of the show. At 9:20,
The calmest part of the entire show today was probably, dude.
I want to apologize to everybody right now that's listening for having to witness this just lack of professionalism coming from across the board, because this is just outrageous. And we're gonna have a serious talk about this after the show.
There's
told
going to be
HR that you were going to sit on their face.
Off the back. You come in down, boom.
Yeah, don't take that out of
Ass
context.
on the face, dude. That's a classic wrestling move, dude. Man, everyone used to do that back in the day.
Rikishi did it. Rikishi was famous for it back in WWE.
You just brought up Rikishi.
Yeah, that was his ultimate move.
He stuck his butt in your face.
That ass drop, dude. That's what you got to do. It's the Hulk Hogan ass drop, man. That's what he was known for.
Miguel Ribeiro wants a refund for the last hour of his life. We can't do that, man.
Hey, but what we can give you is 100 shots at purchasing a BoDoggo.
There we go. Should we drop the password ahead of the animation? Throw everybody off.
Yeah, let's catch them off guard. Let's catch them off guard.
And they're not going to pay attention to the animation. So
never mind.
Yeah,
Don't do it, Clemente. Don't do it. Well, yeah, let's just drop the animation now. Ladies and gentlemen, comic number 5. Everybody on Twitter, that you'll only hear the audio. The YouTube sees the video. We will have the animation pinned to the top on the BoDoggo's account. This is the 5th. We'll also be putting out a master thread that has just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on in one thread for you guys to see on Twitter, because we know that everybody just stays on Twitter. We are dropping them on other platforms though too. But here is comic number 5.
Every shade of purple, pink, orange, and red seemed to bleed together into a sunset swirl as epic as any island paradise, though this part of town was anything but. True Buddy and the BoDoggos had managed to escape the pound by the skin of their collective canines, but they weren't out of the woods yet. They'd hopped fences, crossed the vacant lots, and dashed through dilapidated warehouses and ramshackle old factory buildings, desperate to put as much distance as possible between themselves and the nightmare they'd just left behind. They couldn't turn back and they couldn't slow down. What lay ahead was unknown, but the mystery of tomorrow held infinitely more promise than the certain doom of yesterday. As he sprinted down the tracks at top speed, he urged his pack to follow and made a beeline for the freight train that chugged along a few hundred yards ahead. In less than 60 seconds and against all odds, each and every BoDoggo was safely aboard the train, catching their breath as they adjusted to the boxcar that would service both their shelter and their transport for the night. While the pack made its beds from partial hay bales strewn about the empty boxcar and began to drift off to dreamland, Buddy sat watch and made a solemn vow to always keep his band of BoDoggos safe, no matter what. The full moon shone down bright, reflected in the surface of the lake that sat next to the tracks. The train sped on. Buddy cycled through the channels on his CB, calling for help out into the night.
Who did that?
Miguel Ribeiro identified that Buddy's a natural born leader. Clemente, why don't we drop this password on people?
The password for today's free NFT is SOS11, all lowercase, SOS, and then the numbers
Drop it on their face.
Drop it on their face. Go to the nifty.com/claim to claim today's free NFT.
SOS11.
I didn't go to high school together. We would have gotten in so much trouble.
I got thrown out of class all the time. I'm just telling you how that went down, dude. And it was always, I was getting thrown out because someone else was talking. It was complete bullshit, dude. Or I'd get thrown out because someone wanted to get in a fist fight with me, which was like for real. That's why I'm saying, catch me in the ring. Catch me.
I found a ring in Lower Manhattan. It's only $250 an hour. Get a camera crew. Like you could easily produce it under $1,000 an hour.
Well, give me some time to work out, man.
Yeah.
Give me about 12 months.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, go to the nifty.com/claim, put in the code SOS11. Oh, the site broke? Uh-oh.
The tickets are getting claimed, though.
All right, the tickets are getting claimed.
Oh, we managed to make the site break. Okay.
The good old days of making the site break. Enjoy it while it lasts, ladies and gentlemen, because it's not going to be, yeah, exactly. Give us a little clap.
It's still working for me, honestly.
So DOGE said, just got something that says VIP Bodega. What do I do?
Hey, yo. Baby. If you win, guys, very important. If you win a VIP ticket today, or if you've won one in the past, make sure to connect your Solana wallet to the website, because that's how we're going to be taking the snapshot and giving you your allow list one for the mint on Tuesday. So be sure to do that over the weekend, Sunday evening or Monday morning. I haven't gotten confirmation from these guys yet, but that's when we're going to be doing the snapshot. Either way, take care of it as soon as possible to get your allow list one for the BoDoggos mint on Tuesday.
There you go. That's our show, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Friday, June 23rd. We'll be back on Monday. Do the show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. Eastern time. It's also available across platforms. It's on YouTube if you want to see the video feed of the show. It's on Apple and Spotify podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, if you want to share it with people outside of the Twitterverse. Anyway, we will be back on Monday. Thanks so much for listening, everyone. Make sure you go and claim the free NFT. Make sure you get psyched up for BoDoggo's dropping for the public on Tuesday. Presale is still live for people that were in the portal snapshot. Nick?
I mean, impressive. You guys crashed it. Congratulations. That's never happened before.
Never happened before. Thanks for crashing the site, ladies and gentlemen. We got some white hat hackers identifying bugs. Anyway, we will be back on Monday. Everybody